Hey guys, this is Jay with Gentle Drinker, and today I'm going to bring you my EDC of 2023. EDC 2023. That rhymes. Now I'll be very curious to know what you carry every day, what kind of equipment you have, or maybe defensive tools and things of that sort. Now personally, I wanted a backup defensive tool for a long time. Recently started carrying one, and I'll go over that with you today as well. But I'll be very curious to know, what do you think? What do you think of my EDC? What are you carrying every day? Give me a shout in the comments. Let me know. Feel free to subscribe and like, because we're going to be bringing you a lot more content very soon. Thank you all. Let's check it out. All right, everybody, this is my EDC of 2023, my everyday carry. So in 2023, I'll start with this beauty. That rhymes. This is a Spyderco Para 3 in digital camo with the black DLC blade. Now this is an absolute beauty. It is CPMS 45 VN steel, and I have absolutely loved this knife. Go check out that video. You can find out more information about it, a little bit of history on it, as well as how happy I've been with it. I've been extremely happy with this. I am a right-handed person. I carry this in my right pocket. The deep carry pocket clip is certainly something that has come in handy. So next up, my primary tool for defensive purposes, this is my Hellcat. I also did a video on this. You can see YouTube people and others that this is completely unloaded for the purposes of this video. But I usually carry this with a hive extension. Now I have shown a video using the hive extension on the new 15 round mags that Springfield Armory came out with. This is one of the old 11 round mags, making this 13, and 13 GHPs plus 1 in this firearm I feel like is plenty. So this has been a really reliable, very good firearm for me, for defensive purposes and for the safety of my family. I've done a couple of modifications. Again, check out that video because you'll see everything that I've done to it. And feel free to look through the comments. A lot of people asked a lot of great questions about the build and what was used, and I think you'll find a lot of information there. So moving on, everyone needs a pen, right? I've taped off the special engraving on this Tactile Turn just for privacy purposes, but this is a Tactile Turn pen. This is the copper version, and it's got that Damascus bolt in it right there, and you can actually pick your own ink cartridges technically, because you can use G2 or the Pilot VCTs and things like that. I've actually got a different one in here right now. I've been experimenting with several of them to see which ones will work the best, but I've been really happy with Tactile Turn. They're very heavy, they're very durable. I did have a clip issue where this broke off about a year after purchase. I asked Tactile Turn, what can we do? They said, hey, look, send it back to us, we'll take care of you. They actually sent me a new one out, which I thought was really awesome, because they told me I would have to pay for the engraving to be put back in the new clip, and they didn't charge me for that engraving even after I asked them if I was supposed to pay. They're like, yeah, but we got you, thank you for being a loyal customer. So that was really awesome. Tactile Turn makes great quality products. I highly suggest that you give them a try. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love what they do, just like every company that we review, right? If we didn't really like something, we wouldn't necessarily get to the point of a review, because I'm not going out and buying things that I don't heavily research. In the future, maybe if someone sent me something to review, of course I would be unbiased towards that product. But if I'm going to spend my money on something, I'm going to research it heavily, and then fingers crossed that I actually like it. So moving on, I'm going to go ahead and show you the holster right here that I use for the Hellcat. If we could go back to that for just a moment. So this is the Tier 1 concealment holster. This is just one of their plain Jane holsters. I believe it's the T1 maybe. I'd have to actually look it up, guys. I'm not prepared for it, but the reason why is because I've actually been kind of testing this and experimenting with it. It is an appendix carry. They're known for their wing holsters, which are great, but I don't really like a wing because I like to carry other tools on my person, and I don't like all that cramping in the appendix style. I really don't like carrying in the small of my back, or you know, at the other positions, you know, like 4 o'clock or anything like that, or 5 o'clock positions, you know, anywhere around the side of the waistband. I just don't like those positions. In the winter, wearing a coat, I like to actually carry a shoulder holster, and then every other time throughout the year I like to carry appendix style. So I've been experimenting with multiple holsters, and I'd love to release a video on that one day. So I'm actually still experimenting with this Tier 1 concealment. I will tell you that this has been the most fluid holster that I have tried to date, with some of the best retention and abilities to kind of make it your own, you know, adjust it and adapt it to whatever you need it to do. So kudos to them for making that thing super adaptable. Now, the secondary tool that I spoke about earlier is actually this. Now, this is a TDI pocket strike, and what I really like about this, it is a fixed blade, and I'll actually show you a demonstration of me using it. But this is a fixed blade knife that seems to be very sturdy. I like it a lot. It is made in Taiwan. Taiwan makes great products. And if you know the story about K-Bar with the TDIs, someone who was in the police force, you can look up his name, actually kind of came up with the design of the original one, and K-Bar has run with them ever since. So I like having this because this actually goes, and the clip can go on either side depending on how you draw it. But as you see on the video there, this actually goes in my left pocket, right? Clipped on, and then I can easily access this through the finger hole and pull it out in a slashing strike or stab position, which is really good. Now, obviously, as you just saw, if you can't get to your firearm, right, if your arm is out of the fight or it's behind you or something like that, and you've got your secondary non-dominant arm and hand available, then obviously you need a secondary non-dominant tool for that. So that's why I started carrying this. I actually love that concept. I didn't come up with that by any means. I've seen a lot of people use secondary tools like that in case their primary is out of the fight. Maybe you do as well. Feel free to comment and let me know. I would be very curious to know. Now, I also did a video on this Ridge wallet. Now, I really like the Ridge wallet. This is one that I custom designed and distressed and painted, and it's got some really nice wear on it now from going in and out of my pocket since I did that video, and I love it even more. I'm a Star Wars nerd for sure. I don't really care what anybody thinks about it. I love Star Wars. I remember the old movies. They're awesome. I'm not as old to remember them in the theaters, of course, but I do remember watching them as a kid growing up. I am an 80s baby. So anyway, something I thought was really cool too is I picked this up. Now this is a pocket tripod, and I don't even know who makes this. Maybe Pocket Tripod makes it, I'm not sure. But I got this off Touch of Modern, and if anyone's ever dealt with Touch of Modern, you kind of just get like random stuff that you can buy, and it's like super cool. Some of it's extravagant, some of it's not. And this is kind of something that just popped up on my radar when I was browsing one day, and I was like, huh, how cool is that? So this thing is like a credit card. It's about as thin as one, and it comes out and flips over, and then it can hold your phone. Now, how cool is that? I mean, that is just really cool to me. So it's just something that I like to keep around in case, you know, maybe I'm having lunch and want to set my phone up and watch YouTube, or maybe, you know, I need to shoot something real quick on video. I can have a stationary position. So that's just something really cool that I thought was a super neat idea. Certainly wish that I had come up with that, because I cannot imagine how well those things are doing. Something else I carry is palm spray, Palm OC. Now, if anyone's ever watched the channel Active Self Protection, John Correa, I definitely got this from him. Watching his channels, you know, or his videos rather, on his channel over the years, he's talked about Palm OC. I don't know John, would love to meet him one day, but this definitely seems to be some very potent stuff. I sprayed this outside just to kind of see what kind of stream or spray it would do. It is a straight spray, and I started coughing and I wasn't anywhere near the stuff. So this stuff is definitely very potent. So kudos to his recommendation. Of course, if you watch that channel or know John, he knows his stuff. Another thing I carry is a torch lighter. I am a cigar enthusiast. You never know when a friend will want to smoke a cigar. So I like this Zycar lighter right here. This was given to me by a very good friend as a gift, and I absolutely love it. So I definitely recommend these torch lighters as well. Outside of this, you know, we all carry phones and keys nowadays and whatnot, but this is essentially my EDC. That rhymes. I probably carry too much, believe me. I know, but if you think about it, it's just like, you know, putting your tools on you. Now, depending on what you do at work, maybe you will wear a belt or something like that, but it's no different. I mean, I typically carry a pen and the pocket knife in the right pocket with the wallet, and then this will be clipped on to, maybe I'm carrying a bag, or else it'll be clipped on that same right pocket. But none of this stuff is heavy, right? This is appendix style. This is in the left pocket by itself. It's very important, in my opinion, that your secondary tool remain by itself where it can be easily deployed and nothing gets in its way, right? So I just think that that's really important to do. But there you go. That is my EDC, guys. I'd love to know what yours is too. Well, there you go, folks. That's my EDC of 2023. Again, go ahead and comment. I want to know what you're carrying on an everyday basis. Do you need to carry less? Are you not carrying enough? What about me? Am I carrying too much? Do I need to carry something else? Please feel free to comment. I'd love to know your opinions. And again, like, subscribe. We really love having you around. We're bringing you consistent content and hope that you'll join us on the journey. So be a gentle drinker, and we'll see you next time.